This is my unboxing for Candy German for August 2015, and I'm here with my friend Mark.
Guten Mittag.
And he's joined me for several Candy German unboxings, so he's joining me again. And this box is $29 euros, and which converts to around $32.42 currently in US dollars. So it ships worldwide, and every month you get an assortment of very good German candy. Alright, so let's look and see in the box. Alright.
So this is a German classic. Everybody knows Haribo gummy bears, Gummibärchen, as I used to call them when I was a kid. This is probably, just, I don't know, maybe if I had my favorite 5 German candies sitting right next to each other, I don't know, maybe if I might have a different decision, but like, just right now, I can only think about this as possibly my favorite one ever. Gummy bears are just amazing. They're perfect in every way, except for the fact that the bag has an end to it. That's probably the only imperfect thing about gummy bears. Just a perfectly sweet, chewy thing. There's no sour generally in it. Kids, anybody from the youngest kids to the oldest people can enjoy these without really, being hard to eat or not taste good. Which is perfect in every way.
And I think this version has like the fan favorites, which has watermelon, grapefruit, so some I think there's cherry, which is more traditional, but there's like some different. Which one is this one?
Waldenmeister. That was short down with it. I don't know what that one is. There's apricot. Kirsche is cherry. Peppermint.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's take a look and see how they taste. All right. Here's a look at them. We're gonna give them a taste. Okay, they're fantastic. I love these gummy bears, and the flavors are really good. The watermelon really stands out, and I think they're even more flavorful than the ones here in the States. I don't know if the recipe is different. Maybe it's just because these are the fan favorites, so they're like different flavors.
So this is definitely not the standard package that you would normally get, which is very distinctive. And this is more. These are a little bit more exotic flavors, I would say.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
All right. Next one. Coffee. Okay. The next one.
I actually don't know this one, and it's funny because it's supposed to be so popular, but I would pronounce it Tofifi. Tofifi?
That's what they look like. And whenever you get this box, if you notice, there's not an information card in the box, but they include a really detailed blog post about all the candy in the box, which is what we're referencing for the review. But they actually said that these started out marketed as an energy treat for businesswomen.
It's kind of odd, and the characteristics are hazelnut and caramel with nougat cream and chocolate.
That's your traditional energy,
Yeah.
go-to, but, hey, I wouldn't complain. All right, let's take a taste.
I'm trying to be productive. Let me eat more.
Let me eat more chocolate. All right, that's what it looks like.
It does look really good, doesn't it? The best way to describe this is it tastes like Nutella wrapped in caramel with a little hazelnut in it. There's a little crunchy surprise in the middle. It's very delicious, very delicious.
Yeah.
The Nutella definitely is what I would say that I mostly taste, that type of product.
It's really good. I would definitely use this as my energy shot today. Alright, so here's the next one.
This one is called Die feinen Wetzelkleino Blatten. And this is another one that I've never had before. It's partly wafer, kind of Czech wafer, and the Germans adopted it. And it doesn't say much about what the ingredients are, so I guess we'll just have to give it a taste and see what it is.
All right. All right. So here's what it looks like, and there's 3 different pieces. So at first glance, I thought it was like one treat, but it's 3 different pieces.
It reminds me, except for the part that's wafer, of the long round tubes that I used to have as a child, that were like the German cookies with chocolate filling. It was like a sandwich with 2 thin cookies with chocolate filling in the middle.
Mm.
Except these are much rounder. Those were much more like an Oreo to be the equivalent of size.
All right, let's take a taste. All right. So this was really good. The chocolate was really like it wasn't dark chocolate, but it's a really rich, like milk chocolate taste.
Excellent
really
wafer. I think it's pretty balanced, meaning that there's the chocolate and the wafer are pretty equal. The chocolate doesn't seem to overpower either from a consistency, texture, or taste standpoint. Just kind of a very light eating experience. Very good.
And this will last you, a while.
Yeah.
It's huge. All right.
To me, it doesn't get any more German than this. It's marzipan cream Milka chocolate squares. I just don't know. Like, maybe if Chriskind was holding this right now, with some Leberwurst in one hand and some German bread in the other, and this was in his mouth, maybe there'd be a more German scenario. But it doesn't get any more German than this. Marzipan wasn't always my favorite, but I do love it a lot. I do really like it in Dominostein, and a little bit in Stollen. But I just don't, to me this is about as German as it gets when it comes to these types of things.
I'm just going to open this. There we go. Easy to open. I'm going to look at it. We're going to have a taste. All right. You have a taste?
So if I would have had to say, I would definitely say this exceeded my expectation of what Milka would do with a marzipan cream recipe. It is very tender, so I know a lot of their product may actually be a little bit harder chocolate with a nut inside of it or something like that. This is a very, very tender, I wouldn't say chewy, but just I would say a very tender treat. Pretty much melts in your mouth. This would be something that, although it's heavy, I think heavy in volume. I think you could easily eat quite a bit of this quickly if you didn't pay attention, just because it's not very difficult to eat.
And if you haven't had it before, it's kind of a chocolate with like this white cream that's almost like coconut. It has like a coconut-like flavor to it.
It's almost like it starts off tasting like coconut,
Yeah.
and then doesn't finish tasting like coconut.
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of just has a characteristic of it, but I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah. That's good. All right.
Balzen, ABC Russisch Sport. All right, so this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Balzen, ABC Russisch Brot, and the translation would literally be ABC Russian bread. This is again not one that I really was familiar with. A lot of the candies in this box seem to be inspired by the Czech Republic. They basically are just saying that this is more of a foamy cocoa egg dough type bread cookie. And then originally, this is interesting. Originally said it was used to help teach the Russian children how to read. Although it's produced in Dresden, so I don't know that it's pretty much one of the top biggest German cities. That's pretty German.
All right. That's what it looks like. It's very different than what I expected from the package. It looked more rounded. This is kind of a flat cookie looking piece.
So this is very airy. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really like a light, crunchy cookie. Has a bit of gingerbread in it. They mentioned that in the blog, and I can definitely kind of taste that. It's a very sweet. It's more sweet than chocolate, almost. Really good. I mean, I could definitely eat this whole bag.
The Candy German reviewers, or the Candy German site, says that the person that he or she enjoyed this with coffee. I could see that, but I would almost wonder if the coffee would melt it away really fast. I don't know. I can't tell if it would be melted away really fast by coffee, or if you could dip this. But I would say this is definitely more along the lines of an airy treat than it would be necessarily a heavy kind of a heavy thing to eat, or a treat. You could probably sit and a little kid could probably eat 5 or 6 of these pretty quickly. Although they are big. They taste good.
Yes.
They're just not extremely heavy. Very good.
On to the last one.
Kinder Chocolat! Kinder Bueno. So it's a German with Spanish influence.
And there are 6 of them in here. So you get quite a lot. That's what it looks like. We'll open it up and let's kind of look at it. Break off a piece. Let's kind of look on the inside.
Very good.
Yeah. But this is probably second to the gummies. And I just am a really big gummy person, so that's why those win. But this is really good.
The thing to me that sticks out the most is that Kinder Chocolat is something I can remember having in my earliest days. I mean, I've been to Germany a dozen times since I was born, and as early as many times in my childhood and teenage years. And I always remember Kinder Chocolat as being one of the Kinder High or the regular standard Kinder Chocolat as being something that I always remember as one of the top 3 ones that stuck out. And the thing about that I think Kinder Chocolat or Kinder does very good is that the taste of their chocolate is always the same. I believe we had a Kinder product in our box last month or 2 months ago.
Weird.
And they use the same flavored chocolate in every one of their products, it seems, yet they reinvent themselves. So, like, let's just say one of the 3 or 4 ingredients is always that standard Kinder Chocolat, which I think is what really kind of perpetuates the love of their products, because you always get one familiar chocolate, even though there is a wafer and another more of a cream filling, chocolate filling in there. It does have that distinct Kinder Chocolat flavor.
And it's really light too. I mean, it's not a terribly dense either, so you could easily eat one of these. But good thing they're prepackaged, so then you can kind of resist the urge.
Each 6 has the video showed, but each one of the 6 has 4 individual pieces in it, so it really makes for a nice little tasting treat that you could have 4 bites of.
Really fantastic. All right, and that is everything in the box. So once again, fantastic box.
Yeah, very good.
I've never had a bad box from Candy German, and I would venture to say it would be probably pretty impossible, but this is a really fantastic box, and if you like German candy, definitely consider this, especially if, and I don't know the availability in the States for some of these, in some cities. If you live in the middle of nowhere like I do, you have a very limited access to anything that's not mass produced in, the States. So
it's very true. I remember growing up that my mother only really had access to a lot of this stuff because she was military, and a lot of times when you live on a military base, they bring in a large variety of things so that the the people that are married into the military families have access to things that they're used to and stuff like that. Yeah, but other than that, it's really hard to get a hold of these things unless you know a distributor or a specific place that specializes in these types of products.
Yeah. So, fantastic box. If you want to sign up, the link's down below, and I'll have a full written review on my website at subscriptionboxmom.com. Thank you, Mark, for joining me.
Auf Wiedersehen.
And have a great day.